Now that's standing stone. It's been there for hundreds of years. Now there is a tale that the little stone behind it fell one night while a bunch of thieves were spreading it around, got on gains, and squished them flat. How true that is, no one knows, but it's an old legend. And this is looking out towards the Strathmore Valley. It's really nice, it's really scenic. Give you a little bit of zoom in so you can see the hills a bit better. Start of the Grampian Mountains. They run north for here for about 100 miles. It's about 150 kilometres. And up that way, so it's called the Mearns. It's start of Aberdeenshire. Just another quick sweep back. Now we're walking down a path that leads into what used to be the town's quarry. It's been shut down for decades and made safe. But you can see the rest of the Strathmore Valley as we're looking north and northwest. No, northeast, northeast. And you see how red the soil is. The soil in Kirrie is quite changeable. Within about a few metres I can go from sandy kind of loam to heavy clay. Which is quite hard to dig. Jen and I's garden is really heavy clay. But you can see this is quite a steep slope. But it's quite nice down here. Good to come down on a bicycle. Bit tricky, but it'd be good fun. And the pigeons. Wood pigeons and everything here. They can't fly very well. They fly into things and crash into things, like windows. And all these trees are really old. One of them's fallen. It keeps going dark in a bit. I always thought this tree's kind of cool. It's like one giant, really old and starting to get rotten kind of beech tree. You can see this tree's starting to rot, and probably not in too long in the future it's all going to come that way, or maybe this way, but not at the moment. I don't think it's that rotten. I'm not really sure. As you can see, it's basically just one or two big trees. And this is the old quarry. As you can see, the red stones, it's why Kirrie's nickname is the Wee Red Town, or the Wee Red Town. It's the local red sandstone. Call that because it's soft in texture. Unlike granite, Aberdeen City to the north of us, about 50 miles, so about 70 kilometres. It's called the Granite City because a lot of the stone mined around there, or quarried around there, is granite. It's hard and it's very durable. There's another one of the signs here. So this says, it's a hot sunny day and you're standing by the banks of a huge river swollen with muddy water. To the north you can just about see the peaks of high mountains through the heat haze. Along the riverbank are plants that appear Munros Park fern. The land is semi-arid with no sign of animal or birds apart from the noise of the river, all silent. So Scotland south of the equator 400 million years ago. Welcome to Angus 400 million years ago, situated below the equator in southern Euramerica. A continent which contains landmass that will one day form most of North America, Greenland and Northern Europe. Just like the Himalayas today, the northern mountains are the result of a collision of continents. Seasonal flood eroding these peaks fill the rivers with vast quantities of sand and gravel which carry south before being deposited. These sediments, deposited over many millions of years, are now preserved as the sandstone you can see in the rock face in front of you. Stone from here and many of the local quarries are used for paving, buildings and gravestones throughout Angus and beyond. The quarry is part of Kirriemuir estate, which has belonged to the Lyle family since 1782. We owe much of understanding of the slow processes involved in the formation of its stone landscape overlying it to Sir Charles Lyle, one of the most significant figures to ever have been born in Angus. He's a geologist, basically. I don't agree with people owning vast chunks of land. It's something I wholly disagree with personally. I'm going to move on because people are coming. But yeah, you can see the red sandstone there. Okay, so we're walking up probably what was the old Quarry Path. Stones that were quarried from the quarry itself. And this leads back up onto Kerry Hill. You ready, Sky? It's quite steep, and then there's rabbits here, there and everywhere making their home around here. You can sometimes see them during the day, but mostly in the dusk or night. There's a lot of quite old trees up here. Some of them have fallen in recent storms and only recently been dealt with, or have just been left to fall. It's pretty much left to fend for itself, but they do occasionally come and cut down anything that's a risk to anyone else. You can see like here, it's a dead tree, so they've come and cut it right down. And that's the graveyard up ahead where James Barry is built. Track circles round the outsides of the graveyard. Ready, Sky? Right, this is the path leading back up, and see, it's really steep and rocky. Not so good to come up when it's slipping and raining, but not too bad today. Quite grippy, but it is quite steep. Like really steep. You know, you see how much we're climbing. You see about the graveyard there. There's a lot of very, very old gravestones in there. Things that date back to 17 or 1800s. You ready, Sky?